Welcome to the Firearm Firm channel. There have been several anti-2A bills that have been introduced in the Florida legislature that everyone needs to be aware of. But before we discuss these bills, be sure to let the gun grabbers know that we are not going to quietly let them infringe on our right to bear arms by smashing the like button. And if you haven't taken the time to subscribe to the Firearm Firm channel, now's the time to do so. All you have to do is click on that subscribe icon located in the bottom right hand corner of this video. Now, since we are going to briefly go over these bills to get you up to speed on what's before the Florida legislature, I am going to attach a link to each bill so anyone wanting to read them in their entirety can do so. The first bill on the chopping block is Senate Bill 146, also known as Jamie's Law, and its companion, House Bill 151. These two bills seek to require background checks on all purchases or transfers of ammunition, and of course, the cost of the background check will be passed on to the purchaser, but will not exceed more than $8. However, if you have a concealed weapons or firearms license, CWFL, or are a law enforcement officer, then you are exempt from having to pay the additional fees and undergo a background check. Next, we have Senate Bill 462 and House Bill 579, which seek to ban assault weapons and large capacity magazines at the state level. We previously did a video discussing the federal version of these two bills that can be viewed by clicking on the link above. These bills define assault weapons as any selective fire firearm capable of fully automatic, semi-automatic, or burst fire at the option of the user. The bill further goes on to prohibit all AR and AK type firearms and provide a list of makes and models of firearms that have already been determined to be assault weapons under these bills. Even if your firearm is not on that list, the bill gives criteria for when a semi-automatic rifle, a pistol, and a shotgun would be considered an assault weapon. There is, however, a grandfather clause, but that clause would require an individual to obtain a certificate of possession of assault weapon in order to legally keep the firearm. As far as large capacity magazines are concerned, under the bills, a large capacity magazine is an ammunition feeding device with the capacity to accept more than 10 rounds, or any conversion kit, part, or combination of parts from which such a device can be assembled if those parts are in the possession or under the control of the same person. Moving right along, Senate Bill 368 and House Bill 883 seek to modify the definition of machine gun to include firearms which have been modified by a conversion kit, a tool, an accessory, or a device that is used to alter the rate of fire of the firearm to mimic automatic weapon fire, or that is used to increase the rate of fire to a faster rate than is possible for a person to fire such firearm unassisted by a kit, a tool, an accessory, or a device by a single function pull of the trigger. The language in these bills is very similar to the language contained in Florida's bump fire stock ban statute, which is found in Florida Statute 790.222. We are nearing the end, so hang in there for just a couple more minutes. House Bill 571, which currently does not have a companion bill in the Senate, makes it a crime for a person to store a firearm, whether loaded or unloaded, in an unoccupied, unsecured, private conveyance or vessel unless the firearm is kept from ordinary observation and view and locked within a trunk, utility or glove box, or another locked container or secured with a device or mechanism that is securely affixed to the private conveyance or vessel. The last set of bills we are going to discuss today is Senate Bill 456 and House Bill 215. These bills seek to prohibit the possession of a firearm in sensitive locations. Now, the list of what constitutes a sensitive location is way too long to go through in this video, but I do want to mention a couple of locations. Under these bills, possession of a firearm, even by a CWFL holder, would be prohibited in any part of a healthcare facility licensed by the state, including a hospital, nursing home, or other similar residential facility, or a provider of services for the care, support, or treatment of individuals. Any park, recreational facility or area, or playground owned or controlled by a state, county, municipality, or other governmental entity. Any place of worship or religious observation, any public library, public playground, public park, or public zoo. Please be sure to check out the entire list of sensitive locations by clicking on the link to the bills in the description section. As a community, we need to make sure these bills do not pass, which means everyone needs to contact their representatives immediately and often. We cannot just sit back and assume these anti-2A bills will fail because of the current makeup of Florida's legislature. We must be proactive and continue to fight to preserve our right to bear arms, because I can assure you the other side will continue to fight until the Second Amendment is abolished. So, stay vigilant and make your voices heard. Until next time, stay armed and educated.